Today on RedView Update, we dive into one of the most explosive, jaw-dropping, reality-bending transfer stories that has hit Liverpool Football Club in years. A rumor so massive that, if it ever becomes real, it would reshape not just Liverpool's front line, not just the Premier League, but the entire global football landscape. Reports emerging from Spain, circulating through Ficaas, and echoed across major discussion shows claim that Liverpool are preparing an £88 million move for none other than Real Madrid superstar Vinícius Júnior. Yes, Vinicius, the face of Real Madrid's attack, the electric talent who has tormented every fullback in Europe over the past 5 seasons, could be on Liverpool's radar in a way that feels both audacious and strangely logical when you break down where Liverpool are at this moment. Let's frame the situation for what it really is. Liverpool, after winning the Premier League title last season and spending heavily across every line of their squad, are pushing for stability and evolution at the same time. They brought in Florian Wirtz, Alexander Isak, and Hugo Ekitike over the summer, each with massive potential, each with moments of brilliance, each with qualities that add something fresh to Arne Slot's system. But there is an uncomfortable truth that Liverpool fans and analysts alike have been repeating more and more. None of them are natural left-wingers. None of them fill the space that was once owned so brilliantly by Luis Diaz before his move to Bayern Munich. And as the season has unfolded, that absence has been felt in every big match. The left flank has lost its explosiveness, the sudden bursts of speed, the inside-cutting dribble, the chaos creation that once defined Liverpool's attack. Cody Gakpo can play there, yes, but his profile is entirely different. He's a hybrid 9, a link-up specialist, a striker-winger hybrid. He is not the one-on-one left-sider who burns defenders. And that is where this story begins to make sense. Because if Liverpool want a traditional left winger who carries the ball at pace, who destabilizes defensive blocks, who creates panic simply by touching the ball, there is simply no bigger, no more proven, no more devastating option on earth right now than Vinícius Júnior. But why would Vinícius consider leaving Real Madrid? Why would Liverpool dare imagine such a move? And why does this story have more weight than many fans realize? This is where things get truly interesting. Despite still being a regular starter for Madrid and one of the most important players in the squad, Vinícius finds himself in a complicated moment at the Bernabeu. His contract runs through 2027, but extension talks have stalled. Multiple Spanish outlets, including those close to Real Madrid coverage, report that the Brazilian is frustrated with aspects of his role under Xabi Alonso, who has been experimenting heavily with the front line, often rotating positions, altering roles, and asking for more positional discipline from attacking players. And anyone who has watched Vinícius knows that he thrives most when he is given freedom, space, and the spotlight that lets him express every ounce of his flair. There is another element here: Real Madrid's long-term planning. With Mbappe, Endrick, Rodrigo, and Arda Güler all part of their attacking future, Vinícius is no longer the untouchable pillar he was under Ancelotti. Not because his quality has dropped, but because Madrid have stacked their forward line with young, high-value stars. This is not a normal attacking rotation. This is a roster overflowing with elite options, and that creates tension. Real Madrid historically do not sell players like Vinícius in their prime, but they have offloaded stars before when tactical visions changed. Di Maria, Ozil, Casemiro, Varane. If the sporting direction sees a future based on Mbappe centrally and Rodrigo on the left, the once unthinkable becomes slightly more possible. And that crack in the door is where Liverpool are testing the hinges. Reports indicate that Liverpool are preparing an £88 million opening bid, testing Madrid's resolve, banking on the fact that Vinícius may be more open to a Premier League switch than ever before. And Liverpool, despite their rocky start to the season, remain one of the most attractive projects in Europe. A massive fan base, a global brand, a Premier League that boosts player profiles, and a spot on the left side that would belong entirely to Vinícius. Let's be clear. The sources circulating this story are early-stage rumor outlets, not yet confirmed by giants like The Athletic, Sky Sports, or BBC. But what makes this story compelling is that the logic behind it is aligned with Liverpool's needs, the player's situation, and the current market dynamics. Slot's system thrives with a traditional ball-dominant winger on at least one side. Liverpool's data department is known for targeting elite dribblers and transition monsters, and Vinicius fits that profile better than almost anyone alive. There is also the Premier League element. For many South American players, the Premier League carries a special weight. Brazil's national team staff often praise players who prove themselves in England. Vinicius, at 25, is entering the prime of his career. If ever there was a window for him to consider rewriting his legacy outside Spain, it is now. And Liverpool offer him something Real Madrid no longer guarantee. The absolute #1 role on the left wing, the platform to be the face of the team, and the opportunity to elevate a squad that still believes it should be fighting for Champions League trophies. Now, would Real Madrid sell? Not easily, not cheaply, but £88 million is simply an opening bid. If Liverpool pushed this into the £100 to £120 million range, especially with Madrid looking to finance future signings and manage contract renewals, the question becomes less outrageous. Even then, this would be one of the biggest transfer shocks in Premier League history. Let's also address the competitive side. With Luis Diaz gone, with Wirtz still adapting, with Salah now 35 and entering the final phase of his Liverpool career, the club needs a star to carry the next era of attacking football. Vinicius would instantly bring balance, unpredictability, speed, and world-class end product. And this matters most. He knows how to win. Champions League finals, La Liga titles, El Clásicos. He has been forged in pressure. Liverpool need that mentality right now. So here is where we stand. The story is developing, the interest is real, the fit between Liverpool and Vinicius is nearly perfect, and the tension at Real Madrid is visible. It is not guaranteed, it is not imminent, but it is no longer impossible. And for the first time ever, the idea of Vinícius Júnior wearing Liverpool red feels more than fantasy. It feels like a storyline that has begun to unfold, and that in itself is extraordinary. If Liverpool pulled this off, it would be the biggest signing since Mohamed Salah arrived and changed the trajectory of the club. It would be the spark that redefines a generation, and it would send a message to the entire football world. Liverpool are not finished. Liverpool are building something new, and they are willing to shock Europe again to make it happen. What do you think? Would Vinicius be the perfect Luis Diaz successor? Would he transform this Liverpool attack? And how far do you think the club should go financially to make this happen? Let me know in the comments, leave your opinion, and if this is your first time here on RedView Update, make sure you subscribe and drop a like. We bring Liverpool news every single day with passion, honesty, and the voice of real supporters. Your support keeps this channel alive.